Hello there, I'm YogaNance. Welcome to my class tonight. Let's start on the mat in a seated position. Mat's facing me. Cross-legged position if you can. If this is uncomfortable, feel free to use a blanket underneath you or a pillow or blocks. You can use the blocks under the knees or right underneath of you. You want to lift your whole torso as if somebody's pulling you up by the crown of your head. And go ahead and close your eyes. My name is I wanted to welcome you to my practice. I am YogaNance. You can check me out at yoganance.com. Like, follow, share, anything you can do to help out a small woman-owned business would be much appreciated. Again, I'm so glad you can join me today. Tonight's theme is a peak pose class. The peak pose for tonight is Nataranjasana, or dancer's pose, more commonly known in English, and it is the Lord of the dance, King Nataranjasana, Nataraja, is the performer, creator, and destroyer. The symbolism of the pose is the circularity of life, kind of going with the flow, getting past obstacles, getting up, moving on, living life fully. This pose requires and builds full body strength, flexibility, and coordination. It opens the shoulders, the chest, and the hips. It stretches and strengthens the thighs, the ankles, and the abdomen. It develops flexibility in the spine, the shoulders, and the hamstrings. If you have lower back, leg, or arm injuries, you want to be especially careful with this pose and the poses leading up to it. Listen to your body. I cannot stress that enough. This is your practice. Don't compare yourself with me. Don't compare yourself with others. And don't compare yourself with you of many years ago. So no strain, no pain, no trying to push anything beyond your limits. So let's close our eyes. Begin by focusing on your breath, deepening your breath in and out and concentrating on your breath. If you came in today with any worries, any lingering thoughts, any doubts, blow them off for tonight's practice. Leave them outside the door. Tonight it's about you. Tonight it's about your practice. Today, if you so choose, you can dedicate your practice to someone or something that is in need of your love and energy. As you move and breathe, you can focus your positivity and strength into yourself or something or someone other than yourself. Know that if you do choose yourself, you're not being selfish. By focusing on yourself and taking care of yourself, you'll be your best self to others. So go ahead and open your eyes, sitting up straight. Take your right ear toward the right shoulder, inhale. And as you exhale, take your left ear to the left shoulder. On your inhale, right ear to right shoulder. And on your exhale, left ear to left shoulder. On your inhale, right ear to right shoulder and hold it there. Gently rock your head back and forth. And then left ear to left shoulder, hold it there. And then rock your head back and forth as if you're saying yes. And straightening it out, look over your right shoulder. And as you exhale, look over your left shoulder. Shoulders are relaxed. Inhale, look over the right shoulder. Exhale, look over the left. One more time, look right. Exhale and look left. Both palms down beside you, beside your bum. Take your right arm, lift it up and over to the left side, stretching and reaching for the corners. As you exhale, bring the palm down beside you and then lift the left arm up and over. Inhale. Exhale, return the palm beside you. Lift the right arm up and over. Inhale. And as you exhale, return the palm. One more time, inhale, lift the left arm up and over. Exhale and return the palm. Now clasp your hands in front of you and press them forward. Round your back and bring your chin down toward your chest, leaning back slightly. And then take your clasp up overhead. And then unclasp and then clasp your hands behind you. And pull your arms down, bringing your shoulders back. Lift your chin up towards the sky. In yoga, we breathe through the nose and the mouth unless instructed otherwise. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. And then looking forward, pretend somebody's pulling on your clasped arms behind you, trying to pull you backwards. Sit up straight. And then again, pretend somebody's pulling you backwards by your clasp. And then bring it straight. And then one more time, pulling back behind you. And then sitting up straight. Take your hands, clasp them behind your neck, and then look upward, pulling your elbows back behind you to really open the chest and shoulders. And then as you exhale, bring your elbows together, touching in front of you, chin down toward your chest. Inhale, open up, looking up toward the sky. Exhale, elbows together, chin down toward your chest. One more time, open up. Exhale, close it off. And then dropping your arms, take your hands underneath your knees. Pull them up so that your feet are flat on the ground. See if you can lift your legs off and just balance on your sit bones. And then rounding your back, slowly roll back behind you. Place your feet on the ground. Your knees are still bent and facing up towards the sky. Bring your arms out into a T-shaped. And we're going to do what I like to call windshield wipers, which is basically you let your knees fall first to the right, and then let your knees fall to the left, and then to the right, and then to the left. One more time to the right, and then to the left. Bring both knees into the chest and hug them. Keeping hold of your left leg, extend your right leg out onto the mat, so it's laying down onto the mat. Using your right hand, pull your left knee across the body, over to the right, and then bring your left arm out to the side and gaze down toward your left fingertips. Remember not to stress or strain here. Totally relax, just melt. Both knees back into the chest. Now extend the left leg, still holding the right knee in toward the chest. Using your left hand, take your right knee across the body over to the left. Move your right arm out to the side into that T-shaped again and look down towards your fingertips. let your body go. Just relax, melt. Bringing your knees back into your chest. Hands underneath the knees again. Let yourself rock back side to side. Giving yourself a little massage in your lower back. Now begin to rock forward and back. And with your momentum, bring yourself up into a seated position. And then bringing your knees behind you, get onto your hands and knees into a tabletop position. So in a tabletop position, your hands are directly beneath your shoulders and your knees are directly beneath your hips. And let's start by rotating around our wrists and knees in a clockwise position. You're making big circles in a clockwise position. And then shift your circle in the other direction, counterclockwise. Now we're going to do a cow. We're going to inhale, lifting the tailbone up towards the sky, udders down low, chest forward, chin up into a cow position. And as you exhale, round the back, tuck your tailbone under, chin to your chest, pushing through your arms, bringing your shoulder blades apart into a cat. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Coming back to a tabletop position. We're going to shift our weight back on towards our heels, so butt towards your heels, and extend your arms out in front of you into a child's pose and rest here for a moment. Come back up into your tabletop position. Extend your right leg until you're up on your right toes, and then extend your left leg. You're in your plank position, and then lower down slowly, elbows toward your side, to a prone position. So you're laying down, chest down, shoulders down, hands beneath your shoulders. Lift your chest upward, looking up at me toward the camera. And as you exhale, lower back down. Inhale, lift your chest again. This is a cobra pose. Exhale and lower back down. This time, press through your arms, lifting your chest up higher and extending your arms straight. Your thighs are still on the ground. This is an extended cobra. And up toward the sky. Make it an up dog. Press through the tops of your feet, lifting your thighs off the ground. Chest forward, shoulders back. This is an up dog. Tucking your toes under, lift your tailbone up to the sky, hinging at the hips. Heels down toward the earth, pressing through the arms. This is our down dog. Pedal your feet here. Give yourself a little bit more stretch in the calves and the hamstrings. Now both heels back down toward the earth. If this is difficult for you, bend your knees a little bit more or step forward a little bit. Now walking your feet forward towards your hands, keeping your knees slightly bent. Grab both elbows and just let your upper body hang. Think about bringing your ribs to your thighs. Relax your neck. Now hands down toward the mat or on your shins or thighs, whichever one is more comfortable for you. Lift your back halfway into an extended forward fold. And then melt back down. Knees are still slightly bent in your forward fold, and pressing through your both feet. Fan your arms up overhead, unhinging at the hips. Palms to touch overhead and gazing up at your fingertips. Inhale. And exhale, hands through heart center looking forward. We're going to do a sun salutation, a modified sun salutation B. We'll start in a chair pose. So bend your knees, squatting down. Fan your arms up overhead to touch. If this is difficult for you, you can bend the elbows a little bit more or keep the arms apart. Inhale. Exhale to forward fold, hinging at the hips, hands down. Inhale to half a lift, flat back, looking forward. Exhale, hands down, step back to a plank position and either lower down to cobra, or if you so choose, chaturanga, holding a push-up here. And then inhale to cobra or up dog. And as you exhale, tuck your toes under, lift your hips and bring it to down dog. Now stepping forward with the right knee into a lunge, right foot into a lunge. Rotate your back heel down, and then pressing through both feet, lift both arms up overhead into warrior one. Exhale, hands back down, step back to plank, lower down to chaturanga, or all the way down to the mat. Inhale to cobra or up dog. Exhale, tuck your toes under to down dog. Now stepping forward with the left leg into a lunge, rotating the back heel down, lift up to warrior one. Exhale, hands back down to frame the foot. Step back to plank, lower down to chaturanga. Inhale to cobra or up dog. Exhale, toes under to down dog. Looking toward the front hands, step your feet forward to a forward fold. And then extend the forward fold, looking forward, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. And then pressing through the feet, fan your arms up overhead, palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. And then slowly down to Samasthiti. Take a second here. And we'll do another sun salutation, be modified in a little slightly different way. So bending your knees, fan your arms up into chair pose. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, half a lift. Exhale, hands down, step or jump back to plank. Lower down to chaturanga or all the way to the floor. Inhale to cobra, extended cobra or up dog. Exhale, tuck your toes under to down dog, pressing your heels down toward the earth. Stepping forward with your right knee into a lunge, lower your back knee down to the floor, and then lower to the top of your back foot, pressing through both feet. Extend the arms up overhead into an Anjaneyasana, so your hips are forward and you're arching back here. As you exhale, bring your hands down to frame the front foot. Shift your weight back, extending the front leg, and peel your toes back. Think of your right ribs touching your right thigh. That's where you want to concentrate this stretch. Coming back to a lunge position, tuck your toes under and come back to a downward dog. Looking forward to the hands, jump or step forward, and then Lift to half a lift to extended forward fold. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, fan your arms up overhead, unhinging. Palms to touch, gaze at your fingertips, mountain pose. Exhale, hands to heart center, down to Samasthiti. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half a lift to extended forward fold. Exhale, hands down, step or jump back to plank, lower down to chaturanga, or down all the way to your mat. Inhale, up to up dog. Exhale, tuck your toes under to down dog. Step forward with the left leg this time and put the right knee down behind you on the mat. Pressing through both feet. Arms up overhead into Anjaneyasana, so your hips are forward and you're arching back. Exhale, lower your hands to frame the front foot. Shift your weight back towards your back heel. Extending the front leg and peeling the toes back. Think of bringing your left ribs to your left thigh. And then shifting the weight forward here. Tuck your back toes under and lift back to a downward dog. And then lower your knees down to the mat. You're going to lift up onto your knees. So you're standing on your knees. Back is up nice and straight. We're going to do a camel pose here, or lead into a camel pose. I'm going to show you from the side. You'll still want to face me, but I think you can see me better this way. So first, what I would like you to do is, as you inhale, lean back. Just lean back, totally under your control. Exhale, bring it forward. Inhale, lean it back. Exhale, take it forward. Now take your right arm straight up overhead and then arc it back behind you in a semicircle and see if you can touch your back heel. If you can't, that's just fine. Go as far as you can. If you just want to bring your arm back behind you, you can do that as well. See if you can grab the top of your heel. Extend your left arm up overhead. And then see if you can arch back. Hips forward. Press your hips forward as you arch back. And then let your left arm guide you back. Straighten up. Now this time take your left arm up and arc it back. See if you can touch your left heel. If you can't, that's fine. If this is as far as you can go, that's wonderful. Now take your right arm up overhead. And then sending the hips forward, arch back. And then lifting your right arm up towards the sky. Let it straighten you out. And let's see if you can do both arms at the same time. So lift them up overhead. Exhale, bring them behind you, or see if you can touch both heels. Hips forward, arching the back, opening the chest. Take your chin and gaze back behind you. This is a camel pose. Breathe in through your nose. Inhale and exhale. And then lifting one arm at a time, return back to the beginning. And I will face you again. Come back to a tabletop position. So again, hands and knees. Extend your right arm and your left leg and hold. Pretend somebody's pulling on your fingertips and your toes. Keep breathing. And then bending your back knee so that your toes are facing up towards the ceiling. Take your right arm, see if you can reach around and grab your foot. If you can't, that's fine. Just do your best. Go where you can go. And then once you have that foot, press against your arm. See how it opens up your shoulder as you press your foot back into your hand? You're looking towards the camera here. You're looking forward. And then lower your hand in your knee. This time extend your left arm and your right leg. Pretend somebody's pulling on your fingers and your toes. Opposite directions. Now bend your back leg so that your toes are facing up towards the ceiling, and take your left arm, bring it around, see if you can grab your foot. This may be as far as you can go. That's great. If you can't get to your foot, just reach back behind you. Now press your foot back into your hand. Feel it pull at your shoulder. Looking forward. And then lower your knee and your hand back to your tabletop position. Now tuck your toes under, lift yourself to a downward dog. Put your weight into your right foot and extend your left leg up overhead. This is called a three-legged dog. Now bring your left knee in towards your chest and then bring it down toward the mat so that your left knee is right behind your left hand and your toes are behind your right hand. And then extend your leg back behind you. This is a pigeon pose. Let me show you this from the side, just in case you can't really see. This is your pigeon pose. Now, with your weight in your left hand, bend your back leg like we did before so that your toes are facing up to the ceiling. See if you can reach around with your right arm and grab the top of your foot. Chest is forward, you're looking forward. See how much you can bend that leg without any forcing or straining. And press back into your hand with your foot. Feel how that feels. And then both hands back down, pressing through your hands, lift yourself back up into a downward dog. Extending your left leg this time. Extending your right leg this time. Bring your right knee in towards your chest, and then your right knee behind your right hand, and your left foot behind your left hand. Extend your leg back behind you. Both hips should be facing the mat at this point. Chest up, looking at me. And then putting your weight into your right hand, bend your left leg, toes are facing up towards the ceiling. See if you can put your weight into your right hand and reach back to grab your left foot, pulling it in towards your behind. Chest is forward, gaze is forward. And then lower your hand and your leg, pressing through your hands, take it back to a down dog. And then walking forward slowly, keeping your knees slightly bent in a forward fold. Think about your ribs again to your thighs. Grab both arms and just hang here. Relax your neck. Pressing through the feet, fan your arms up overhead. Palms touch, gazing up at your fingertips. Exhale, hands to heart center, and then down to Samasthiti. And we're going to do some standing postures here. We're getting towards our peak pose, so let's prepare for it. Okay, with a standing position where you're standing on one leg, what you really want to focus on is the standing leg. You don't want the hip popped out, so concentrate on pulling the hip in, concentrate on pulling the abdomen in, and your shoulder blades down, shoulders down, shoulder blades back, and you want to pick a fixed gaze. Put your gaze on a fixed point and think of everything coming up through the center, everything pulling up towards the universe by the crown of your head. Lots of things to think about. So let's start on the right leg. So use your whole foot. Feel all points of your foot. Hip is in, tucked under. Lifting your knee in front of you. Your left knee in front of you. And then lower it down. And then bending your left knee behind you. And lowering down. Lifting the left knee up again. Extending the left knee. Flexing your foot back so your toes are coming back towards you. Slowly lower and bring it down. And then bend the left knee. Okay, both feet down, shake it out. Now, all weight into your left foot, evenly balanced. All the weight coming up the middle, fixed gaze. Hip in, pelvis tucked, shoulders down, shoulder blades back. Lift your right knee and lower down. Bend your right knee so that your heel is coming in towards your behind and lower it back down. Lift the knee, the right knee up again. Extend the leg out in front of you. Foot is flexed. Slowly lower it down like a clock. And then bending your back knee, pull it in. And then step back down, shake it out. Now standing again on your right foot, fully on your right foot, hip is in, pelvis is tucked, everything through the center. Bend your back knee, grab the top of the foot, and first just hold it. Shoulders are back, our shoulders are facing forward, hips are facing forward. You can keep a slight bend in your bottom leg, your standing leg. Extend your arm out in front of you. And as you do so, kick back into your back foot. So you're not leaning, you are balancing. Balancing the front and the back around the fulcrum, which is your hip. And then slowly lower down. And now we're going to do it on the left leg. I'm going to show you from the side this time. So you're balancing on your left leg. So your whole foot, not letting your foot rock one way or the other. Use the toes to help ground you. Pull your hip in, pelvis under. Reach back and grab the top of the foot. And hold this position. If you can't get that far, then just do what you can. If this is all you can do tonight, this is progress. This is great. This is exercise. This is yoga. Okay, and as you press back into your hand, extend your arm forward. Make the movements gradual. As you press more, you reach more. lower your leg and your hand. Shake your legs out. So we've made our peak pose. Now we need to do some counterbalances, and we will begin to cool down on our way to Shavasana. So inhale, fan your arms up overhead, palms touch. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale to half a lift. Exhale, hands down, step or jump back to plank, and lower down to chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Tuck your toes under, exhale to down dog. And then lowering to your knees, extend your arms out in front of you and shift your weight. Shift your bum back towards your heels into a child's pose. Next, we're going to do a rabbit pose. Come to your tabletop position. And then tuck your head under as if you're going to do a forward roll. So you're on the top of your head. Bring your knees in a little bit closer so that you're rounding your back. And then balancing on your top of your head, bring your arms back behind you around the thighs. This is a rabbit pose. And it counterbalances a lot of the stretching and strengthening we were doing earlier. And then bring your hands back to the mat and lift your head off of the mat. We're going to bring our feet out in front of us. So shift onto your bum, placing your feet out in front. Inhale, fan your arms up overhead, back is up straight. And as you exhale, fall forward. Stop where you feel any stress or strain. Make sure that your knees are slightly bent. And lower your hands down to wherever they fall on the mat. Inhale. And as you exhale, see if you can relax and melt down a little bit further. Inhale. And as with each exhale, relax a little further. With each inhale, hold. And with each exhale, melt a little bit further down. Straightening up, lifting the back up straight. Take your right knee and bend it and bring the bottom of your foot either onto your calf or up onto your thigh, not so much on the knee. Opening your hip. Take your left arm and slide it down your left leg as far as it can go comfortably. If you can grab the big toe, grab the big toe, and then take your right arm over top of your left arm. And then in a rainbow arc, reach it up and around and back behind you, opening your chest to the right side. And then return in that rainbow arc back to the front. And then see if you can melt down over your left leg. With each exhale, melt a little further. And then straightening up, take your right knee, take your right leg, and cross it over the left leg. So your knee's bent facing up towards the ceiling. Take your left arm, press against, up and over, press against the right knee, and twist open your upper torso to the right. And see if you can look behind you. And then coming back to the front, both legs out, extended. Inhale, fan your arms up. And exhale, fall forward in your Paschimottanasana. name of this pose here, with the seated forward fold. And with each exhale, just melt a little bit further down. Keep your knees soft. And then straightening up, bend your left knee. Bring the left sole of the foot either onto the right calf or up onto the right thigh, whichever's more comfortable. Opening up here in the groin area. Back is straight up. Slide your right arm down your right leg as far as you can go comfortably. If you can grab the big toe, wrap your fingers around the big toe, and then take your left arm and place it on top of your hand. And then in a big rainbow arc, lift the left arm up and over and pointing to the back behind you. Take your gaze to the fingertips, opening that chest up to the left side. And then coming back in the same rainbow arc, bring your left arm up on top of your right arm again, and then bringing your chest down towards your knee. See if you can melt down over your right leg. Keep that knee soft. And then straightening up again, take your left knee and left foot and cross it over the right. Take your right arm across your left knee and press against it to open up your chest to the left side. And then see if you can take your gaze behind you. This is a seated spinal twist. And then straightening it out, looking forward. Grab underneath your knees. Again, see if you can hover your feet off the ground and balance on your sit bones. And then slowly rounding your back, roll to the back. Feet flat on the ground. Take your left leg, extend it up overhead. Bending at the knee, bring your left ankle across the right knee. Place both arms out into a T-shaped position. And then lift the right foot off the ground, pressing with your knee in towards your chest. So you're doing a figure 4 with no arms, using the power of your right leg to stretch your left. And then bring your right heel back down to the ground, and then your left heel back down to the ground. Extend your right leg overhead, and then bending the right knee, bring the right ankle across the left knee. Open up the hips here. Use your knee to press open and lift, open up the hips. And then take your left foot off the ground, using and pressing your knee against the left foot, bringing it in towards your chest. Your figure 4 stretch here. And then return your left foot back to the mat and your right foot back to the mat. Bring your palms down beside your bum, palms down onto the mat, and you're going to press through your feet and press through your hands and lift your belly button up towards the ceiling, lifting the hips up. Inhale. And exhale, lower down. Inhale, press and lift that belly button up towards the ceiling. Exhale and lower down. Inhale, press and lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Exhale, lower down. Let's try that one more time. Pressing through the hands and the heels. Lift your belly button up towards the ceiling. and exhale, lower down. Now, pressing again through your heels, lift your hips off the ground, and then tuck your pelvis under. And then, with the pelvis tucked, lower your back down. Did you feel the lower part of your spine stretch out straight? Right, now extend both legs out toward the corners of your mat and let the feet fall out to the side just by the force of gravity. Lower your shoulders away from your ears and then turn your palms up. And then pull your chin in slightly toward your chest, extending the cervical vertebra, stretching out the spine there. And then just relax, just melt down into your mat. And we'll be doing a Shavasana. Give yourself a moment to breathe while I get my reading together. Become aware of your natural and spontaneous breath that moves in and out of your body without any effort. Notice the feeling of the breath as it comes in and out of your nostrils. There is a sense of coolness as you inhale the breath. Follow this feeling into your nose, your sinuses, the back of your throat, into your lungs. There's a sense of warmth as you exhale the breath. Feel this warmth on your upper lip as you breathe out. Allow your breath to become longer and slower. Take a slow inhalation, followed by a longer, slower exhalation. Notice the slight pause after the exhale. Now go back to the natural, easy breath as we begin a journey of sensory awareness throughout the body. You will move your awareness to different parts of your body as soon as you hear them named. Please say the name of the part to yourself and feel that part of your body, but do not move any part. The practice begins on the right side. Right hand thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, palm of the hand, back of the hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, waist, hip, thigh, knee, calf, ankle, heel, sole of the foot, top of the foot, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, left hand thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, palm of the hand, back of the hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, waist, hip, thigh, knee. calf, ankle, heel, sole of the foot, top of the foot, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Now go to the back of the body, right heel, left heel, right calf, left calf, right thigh, left thigh, right buttock, left buttock, lower back, middle back, upper back, the entire spine, right shoulder blade, left shoulder blade, back of the neck, back of the head, top of the head, forehead, right temple, left temple, right ear, left ear, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, middle of the eyebrows, right eye, left eye, right nostril, left nostril, right cheek, left cheek, upper lip, lower lip, both lips together, chin, jaw, throat, right collarbone, left collarbone, right side of the chest, left side of the chest, upper abdomen, navel, lower abdomen, right groin, left groin, the pelvic floor, the whole right leg, whole left leg, whole right arm, whole left arm, whole face, whole head, whole torso, the whole body, the whole body, the whole body. Now imagine the whole body becoming light, as though your body could float away from the floor and toward the ceiling. The head is light and weightless. The limbs are light and weightless. The torso is light and weightless. The whole body light and weightless. You are rising higher and higher away from the floor. Now imagine your body becoming heavy. Feel the heaviness in all parts of the body. Each part is becoming heavier, heavier, and heavier. The head is heavy. The limbs are heavy. The torso is heavy. The whole body is heavy. So heavy that it is sinking down into the floor. Before a few moments in complete silence and focus on the breath, I leave you with a modified quote for today's theme from Julie Wyland. Change is not only inevitable, but always happening. When you truly embrace this concept of change, the only thing left to do is grow, detach, venture inwards, touch the spirit, and find your source for keeping you grounded through the ever-changing seasons of life. to make your breathing a little heavier. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Extend your arms up over your head and stretch from your fingertips to your toes. Bring your knees one at a time in towards your chest and roll them to one side. And turn onto your side into a fetal position. And lift yourself up into a seated position, comfortable seated position. Back up nice and straight. Inhale, fan your arms up overhead. Palms touch. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. I want to thank each of you for coming today. Thank you for joining my yoga community. Again, YogaNance.com. Like, follow, share, come back to my classes, register for more. I hope you enjoyed today. Thank you for joining me on my journey, and have a wonderful, wonderful